Hello, my friends, and welcome to my nest. Yes, it's Kate, and I'm home, and I'm bursting with joy and happiness to be back in my nest and being able to talk to you as if it was a normal day. So, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you've been with me for a while or even a little time, thank you for keeping me company every single day. So where are we going to start? Well, I have so much to tell you, so much to show you, but in case you don't know anything about that, basically I'm here in my happy place because this world of stitching, of textiles, of fabric, I found brings joy to all of us wherever we are in the world. And a flower, I think, is a universal thing. Like the more and more I see and I travel, I go, wow, it is a thing that unites us. So I'm going to start with a new backdrop just to get us going. I found this vintage sari in one of my favorite big places in Jaipur in India, and it is the most incredible sari I have seen. It is meters and meters long, as I've shown you in the past, but it is covered all over with this incredible design, all hand stitched. Like, the mind boggles. Well, mine boggles, and I hope yours does too. Truly exquisite. When I run flower to flower and I say one flower at a time, well, this has been done one flower at a time. I'm trying to find just a little bit of variation on it somewhere, but look at the edging and how, like, it's been worn and torn and loved so much. This is the bit over here. Look at, so it's all silk. And look at this design, which I'd forgotten that I was just thinking of the flowers. Look at these. Look at this. I mean, I often talk about my inability to do a straight line of cantha. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Love that number 9. So 9 rows all the way along, which this must be the side piece. And so these emblems, and then this, I had forgotten. Oh my gosh, this is the most magnificent thing I've seen. Look at this. Well, I say that, but to have this in my home, oh my gosh, look at it. Is that not inspiration for all of us forever? Flowers on the crown, flowers on the air. To be honest, I bought it in a hurry for the flowers. And at the time, the shopkeeper was telling me about this. So how many of those are there? 1, 2. So edging, this would have been the bit up over your shoulder, I think. And oh my gosh, it's magnificent. So there we are. I hope I've taken your breath away, because I may not get mine back. So there we are. That's the beginning of a story about my trip to Jaipur, collecting and curating textiles to share with all of you. Yes, there will be a bazaar, and I'm actually going to do an online shop and have it open for longer. and just pop things up, bundles and all of that. But I'll do a proper one about that. But what I'm saying is I have been collecting and shopping. I'm going to keep that there for a minute, and we are going to stitch. But the other little treasure, so I'm sort of going to do it in little tiny bundles. Look at this. On my last day at the Indian Art House, which is a wonderful store, this, it was on the counter. It is a purse or a pouch done by an artisan that opens up, and I will put on, it's all bent, which shows me it's just been loved before. Isn't it? And how appropriate again. It's, I can't tell you how many times I just, they just are there. And I know you understand that feeling of when there's a treasure and you just know in your heart. So there we are. They're two pieces. I'll have to think about something really special because I will wear that around my neck, and I don't care that it's small. And what on earth would I put in it? But just divine. Okay, so did I do much filming when I was there? I certainly should have done more because my holder for my phone when I film got questioned quite a lot going through the airports. This is the Journey to Jaipur pouch, which went out and about actually on my last day. I thought, why is she staying home? So I just put I've told you before that everything you buy is in cloth bags. So this was the handle of a little bag that I'm going to show you another part of that is just given away for free, that holds your bits and pieces in. So that went on. She's a crossbody bag and useful, and with a zipper. So remember, this is on top of a zippered pouch that I had got before locally before I went. So I took a bit of Thread Botanica at Mittagong with me. I was gifted this particular tassel and I adore it, so much so that I found out where to get these, and I bought some of these home because I know all of us love, what are they called, zipper pulls or whatever. I think this is a pretty perfect zipper pull for someone like me who likes dingle dangles. So that's on there. Hang on, here's a sneeze. Welcome to the House of Hay Fever. And I say that with no worries at all. It's just what you get here in the beautiful Highlands, and it's windy, so all the pollen is. So I changed her quite a bit, but I can't remember what I did. I'm reworking this mustard flower underneath because I wanted to pop, and now I've got lots and lots of little treasures and bits that can go on her. So that was the Journey to Jaipur pouch that I took with me. And then if you follow me on Instagram, you may know that I started, this is the big reveal, I started a pouch when I was waiting for my plane home. So from Bangalore to Sydney is an 11 hours, 15 minutes. Oh, actually, we got delayed because of the wind, a little bit longer. But I thought, what can I do that sums up my journey? And to be honest, this is my favorite piece at the moment. So here she is. I don't know what her name is, but she probably should be Jaipur Joy. So this was blanket that I took over with me, and I probably just showed that bare blanket on my part one of Jaipur. So she's a trifold, and I'm just going to be a bit of a storyteller, and then we're going to stitch. So I have literally covered this pouch with memories of Jaipur and fabrics that I used. Important to note is that underneath here and here is a mini make, one of which I took with me. So I can't say enough how handy I find my mini makes with scrappy bits. So I'll be sharing lots more of how to do that with you, because for collage they do the work with you. And in fact, one of these was the flowers that I began. Where is it here? When I was in New Zealand with Fleur. So I never settled, I never, I was going to say settle, that's not the right word. But if I'm making a piece and it's not quite right, I don't feel that I have to stop making it. I just put it to the side and use it in another bit and then another bit, and then before long it comes into something. So that's mini makes under there. This is a little bag that I think I showed on part 1 that I got on my very first day in Jaipur, and I've taken the front of it off, and you'll see the back in a minute, but this has become sort of a really storyteller. Then I've matched my stitching along the way with that colour. I have the children's little tunic. You might need to, if this isn't making sense, you might need to look at that one as well. But I've got the tunic here that was a vintage child's tunic dress. It's on the corners. So I started with the flap on the plain. Then I added the inside pieces, and I've kept stitching since I've come home, so just to let you know, I've done quite a number of hours, mainly because I'm totally in love with this piece. This was first day sari that I got from the flower markets. This is scrappy bit from home. You'll recognize my quite common popular spotlight fabric. So when I talk scrappy, I mean just keep collecting little bits and then we collage them all together. This scrappy bit I was working on in Jaipur, and on the plane I thought I'll work on that, and then I thought no, it can go on this pouch. So I was stitching it on and I thought, well, it's already on blanket, why don't I make this a pocket? So there we are. That scrappy bit is a pocket. And then over here, this is, I've got those needles there, so I always have the needle with me. This under here is the underside of this bag, and they were triangular shape, and I found out later that the women wore them under their saris. So it's a little bit like our mobile phone holders, if you like. So pinned inside a sari, and it had a drawstring, which the cord's in there, but I can't show you. And then a little tassel on the end. And look at that. So I've just kept that there and open. I've stitched it down. I've used some cantha. See, there's my cantha compared to others, but it was in a variegated wool, so it comes out those colors. And then I met a lovely lady there. We had lunch, and she gifted me. This is the generosity of this community. Gifted me this incredible vintage little piece. It's on like a wool, so I thought that can go as center piece on my pocket. So we'll take that out and that out. I'll put them in my little Indian tin from last time. That's silly because I'm going to use them, but where are his? Now someone was asking about where did I do a series on my cupcake pin cushions. I haven't done a series. I will return. But yeah, I haven't done a playlist, but they're buried somewhere in my section. So cupcakes, that came with me with India to India, loved it. And now it's home. Okay, so that's where my needles are. Please yell out if I forget where my needles are. All right, so I'm up to there. This is a piece of vintage trim. I'll show you the whole piece in my part 2, but it is a trim of a sari, and what I do is I harvest them as individual flowers and branches, so you get so much use out of the one piece. So far I've probably used 2 inches, and I've got that piece, that, and this. Okay, so you can see stitch wise I've done lazy daisy flowers, I've done spokey stick flowers, I've done meandering cantha because that's my organic style, because I can't do straight rows, some over the top there, and literally I'm working every bit of this. Here's the back. You might need your sunglasses on. This is silk fabric, raw silk. It has these beautiful, it is marigold orange yellow on them, and I've cut it out and with in mind to embroider thread paint different ones, but at the moment I've just got a little bit of variegated wool in the center. So always learning, always experimenting. Here's the Flower Market sari. Here's a bit of cotton block print, and it doesn't look like block print, but it's been done that way. It's stripes, and I've used that on my Flowers in Vases too. Here's another part of a sari that has been not the same one, but I discovered all of these, and they're woven. I think of Fleur's work where she weaves a lot, and it's really inspiring me to start weaving the centers of flowers. This, you'll have seen this flower before. It was on my scrappy bit that I brought from home and travelled with, but because it's so white, I keep moving it around, and it may be that I do get the gouache out for that piece, but work in progress. Here's the ornamental corner of the child's, it was the neck bit, and I've made that the corner, so it's the corner of the pouch, so I've sort of got stripes in the corner. Here's another little scrap of the triangle from the original bag, and then this piece is actually a cotton scarf that I bought commercially in a store. Beautiful soft white cotton, but of course I bought it not for the plain white cotton, I bought it for the trim. So that flower, got that flower there, and this one around the side. So that's the order I've done it in, and now I'm to the place where I can just pick and choose where I go, which brings me back to the handle. I haven't even asked about you guys. I am so sorry, because you can just see it's just all flowing out. So I am thinking of you, and as I said, thank you for keeping me company. Whatever you're making or stitching or doing today, or just watching, I hope you're well and feeling cared for, and I think I've learned the secret is gratitude, and this is not an everyday existence that I've just been on, but I started with gratitude in a very dark time, and see, I'm going there again. When times are dark, I didn't believe it, that new chapters awaited and that there was colour coming, but this is proof of it. So just look at that. And if I can brighten your day with that, that makes all of this worth it. Okay, so back to this, the handles. This is the cotton strap of a backpack that I was sold this sari in from a shop, and the inside of my pouch is the actual bag. Now that is a block print. Can you believe that? That was the carry bag. So I've split the sides of the bag, and I've got probably, maybe 0.75 of a meter. And again, I can share it, and it's just happy. And these poppies, which is a favorite flower of mine. So let's get stitching. And let's take a break. I'm back to my own threads that I didn't take with me all the time. So let's do, did I bring my scissors? Let's do a length of this. And let's get stitching. So let's just start with, now this goes way down, and I didn't want to cut all the leaves off, so I've just left that there. I can add to this lining, but I thought for the moment I'm just going to really enjoy the bold stripes. Phew. I'll just give you a bit of moment to breathe while I catch my breath. And see, even my back stitches aren't really the way they should be, but basically I'm going forward a little bit and back a bit. And they're tinier and more time consuming than my big stitches, which might be the thing that calms me down. Now body clockwise, I think I've just, and maybe this is why I'm feeling so full of energy. I don't know what time of day it is, to be honest. It's afternoon here. My gorgeous husband is out playing bridge. And I've had a happy home day, pajama day up until this point. I've just showered, and probably if I go backwards, there's a 5.5 hour difference. So it's probably my morning. Previously, breakfast would have been had. I would have had coffee on board, and I would have been heading out or getting ready to head out for a day. And I didn't do that every day. I deliberately planned it so that I had busy days and then days where I stayed and in the garden amongst the flowers and did admin and my other work and stitched. And now that I'm here, I sort of wanted to write a to-do list today and then thought, no, just go slow. I don't have to be anywhere. as I said, my husband he's doing all the energy for us. He's already played early morning golf and he's at bridge now. Then he'll come home and we will just sit and chat and chat and chat, and I will cook him dinner, which is the least I can do after him batching. I was only gone a week, but that's a long time when you're by yourself. And as I've told you very many times, I'm very blessed. And he said to me, the only thing I ask is that you come home to me safely. And here I am. Must be the jet lag, I'm a bit teary. So when that happens, oh gosh, I didn't check my memory on the. Oh, it's still flowing. What is the word? Filming. So I hope you can see that even something as simple as this, because it's on the blanket, it sort of becomes raised up. So it's like the flowers have got gentle stuffing in them. And it just makes me happy. And it's so joyful to stitch this soft cotton. So watch out for that. I have bought you so many different varieties of block prints. And I'll be sharing them. Did I tell you that I left that as a pocket as well? Just didn't think to remind you. So it was originally a bag. This is the back of the bag, and I made a new bag out of it because I was thinking travel snips and little pieces and things in there. Okay, so there we are, 2 poppies. I feel like doing the other one, but let's do something else. Work in progress is this flower, and she needs a bit more yellow. Let's just grab a different yellow or a gold. Let's do the gold. Where did that come from? Why did I not take it with me? Probably because it was waiting to be used with you. I thought I should do a special shout out. That's what I was just thinking of, all the people who have come into my life and all of you who comment so regularly on my comments, despite me, on my videos, despite me not writing back. But you know that's because I don't want to press the AI button. I'd rather you know that I read every single one of them and I treasure, and not reply. And I am going to try a little bit more harder now that things are calming down a little. But I was just thinking of Joy there. Joy has been with me right from the beginning of my channel, and she followed me when I was sharing my journals. And I need to start sharing them again because I'm actually running workshops on journaling, and I bought the most beautiful paper in India as well. But what a Joy has been with me. See, I could get to her again. Joy, you have been with me from the very beginning, and you don't know how much joy you have given to me as a subby, because I talk a lot about that 3-letter word, which is part of the reason I left my previous employment, because the person who was leading me told me that he didn't like me using the word joy. So hang on, I won't let my head go there. But I was thinking of love, joy, and peace, how beautifully they go together. Maybe that's what the world needs more of. I'll just say it out loud because we girls know it, don't we? Love, joy, peace. 3 things. So I've just thread painted in my enthusiasm with this gold thread the center of that flower. So let's finish that one off. I'll just go under and bury the end. And let's use what that is, but it's a sort of a bit of fluff. This is another little, I forgot to tell you that. Did I tell you? That's another little bag that I ripped when I was trying to harvest it. And that's why it's a bit frayy. Should we do one of these gold? I mean, I'm a bit scared if I start one, I'll have to do all of them. Let's do this one here and just see what happens. It'll be interesting to see how long this video takes to upload. My first night over there was 3 hours, and then it turned into about 3 minutes by the last day. And I can't explain that. I like that. What about you? So now, because I've still got thread left, we'll go on a little journey. This beautiful sari. And again, just thinking of the fingers that stitched those flowers. Was it one person? It'd have to be. And look at the neatness of those running stitches. I met quite a few people from Paris. I learned that, people, Parisian designers and artists and artisans have been coming to India for many years. And I'm like just the new girl on the block. Not that I'm a Parisian artist, but do you know what I mean? I've only been since last year. And yeah, this amazing lady who was so humble. Have I told you about her before? I'll find out some more and share. She didn't tell me how big her name was. She just started speaking to me about the shirt I was wearing and my pouch. And then she said, do you follow so-and-so? Anyway, it turns out she'd been going to Jaipur for 30 years. Multiple times a year. So I thought some people would call me brave for going, and I thought, wow, well, that would have been braver. Okay, I'm taking this gold thread, and before we go to the painting, to the gouaching, let's see. Now this is quite thick because I've got blanket under this as well. Just giving you a rest from my stream of consciousness chatting. I think that's nice. So let's do another bit. I won't do all the flowers with all of the thread, but let's do some, like, because this is a lily flower, I think. Use this motif quite a bit. I think it's on my quilt. And now see, here's my mine just raced off again. Week after next, it's the quilt show, the Australian Quilt Show in Melbourne. I'm going down for a look. And I'm not in there this year. Got a lot of things on. But my friend Missy has her quilt in it, or if not one quilt, two quilts. Friend Missy made this, so that will be so wonderful to go and support and see. And I'm running a workshop in Melbourne. Now, a bit of an update, and again, I can't remember whether I've told you, I've moved venues for a few reasons. So if you are already booked in for that workshop, I'll send you the address. It's actually at Bella McIsaac, who's has her studio called Sunday Studios. It's in Fitzroy, and it's a bit bigger. So actually, I can have more people. So I've got a one-day story pouch. So if you are thinking that you need just a day out, time out for yourself, or you know someone, or gift it, I have space. So that's Friday the 10th of April, and it's waist back in the middle of the quilt show. So time to go before or after. And the Vivienne Westwood exhibition is still on. So Missy and Zoe and Kristen and I are going along to that on the Saturday morning. My husband's coming down and we're going to have a holiday. I know that Colette, what's the name of your YouTube? Oh, CC Davis Studios is coming to my pouch workshop on the Friday. And she's also doing the quilt show. And yeah, there's so many people in town. Corinne's having a big meetup, I think, on the Friday. I didn't know about that when I did the workshop. I'm sorry, but hey, we could have our own on Thursday, maybe, if anyone is going to be at the quilt show. So please spread the word. I've got more space in that workshop now, and I'm fresh home with the most amazing treasures. So the people of Melbourne, or if you're traveling, want to fly in, I think, hello Michelle, who's coming over from New Zealand. Yeah, we'll have first dibs on my new kits that I use in the workshop. And I'll still have my usual vintage as well. Okay, am I starting to rave on? Maybe. So maybe that's enough of me for now. Yeah, I think so. So let's just go through and just finish off with a little bit more of eye candy for you. That beautiful sari, my journey to Jaipur that I've been back and forth so safely thanks to kind wishes, prayers, and all your support, especially the support of my family too. I can't forget how wonderfully supportive they are of me. And there she is. And I've buried my little purse, which is a shame because she's gorgeous. That's why I have to wear things around my neck. There we are. That is Saturday afternoon stitch along in the nest with treasures from afar. I'll be seeing you again soon. Stay well and happy making. Set straight. Bye.